Well, you can pretty much say that, and well, I mean, when you sit in position of a leader, there's so much that comes against you, and you really have to have the backbone, and you have to have the skin to be able to to deal with it. It has to be like water running off of a duck, because it's coming. And in a position that God has allowed me to sit in as a leader, and mainly working with a lot of young kids and young adults, I've faced, where I've spent years working with certain kids, and some of them, wind up doing very, very well. And it's not always in boxing; it's in other avenues of their lives. Some become police officers, some become preachers, some are in politics, and there have been some of those that, as they, got older, or they moved a little bit further in the sport of boxing, there's these people that would come along, and they'll use their deceptive means to get close to that athlete or that young kid, because they themselves want a piece of what they think is this great big piece of pie, which is not always in boxing. And what they'll do, they'll deceive that kid. They'll have that kid thinking or going against those of us. When I say those of us, people like myself, coaches like myself, and mentors that spent a great deal of time with these kids, even treated these kids as if they were our own, okay? And we'll maneuver these kids through certain paths, certain areas that they don't get effective in negative ways, which will hurt them, as they get older. But some of them do fall prey to some of this deceptiveness, and some of these kids some of them really wind up really hating you, okay? And because you won't allow certain things that other people will allow, they would use this to say, you know what, this guy, this girl really can't get you to where you really are trying to go, or this is the furthest they can get you. So now these deceptive moves, they get this kid head, because these kids still have these desires to, to go and be what they want to be. But sometimes, it just takes a little more time. And some of these kids can get to be so bitter, and some of them will treat you worse than what your worst enemy would be able to treat you. In fact, your worst enemy would envy some of these people that you spent most of your life helping and really loving and caring about, and they can do you or cause you more hurt than your sworn enemy. And that's to be expected, because what you have to understand is that we all, as we get older, God forbid some of us die in our ignorant moments, we learn that we're human, we're going to make mistakes, and I have to be tough enough as a leader to understand is that even though when these kids make these mistakes, and what I've done in their lives, which I think to be positive things, I can't be bitter toward them when they see me in another light for whatever reason, because I have to remember is that I can only be who I am, and I can only give them what they are able to accept, and hopefully they will see that I'm in it because I have a passion for it, I love them, and I care for them, and I just won't allow it to change who I am. Yeah, it does hurt sometimes. I mean, you've been with a kid 6-7 years, and now, for whatever reason, that kid act as if they never even knew you, But hey, it's life, man. Sometimes things come along, or people come along that can make people think you're the worst person in the world, when you're really the one that's trying to keep those kind of people away from them. It's like, sometimes, put it like this, sometimes an angel get in bed with the devil. But hey, that's just the way of the world. I just have to stay focused, and as long as God allow me, my right mind, this passion I have for helping other people in my family, I'll suffer whatever hurt I have to suffer. Not that I like it now, but hey, comes with being a leader. Remember this, if you're a leader Everything has to hit you before it hit the people you'll follow. That's a true leader. Thanks for your time.
You talk a lot of shit, nigga.